we were talking about, what we want to know, what's it about? Why is it called Edge of 17? And of course, Emily heard it as one winged dove, which makes sense. So let's learn about the actual bird.
Okay.
And we'll talk about some of the reasons of the meaning of the song, as well as a lot of did you knows.
Yeah, where did that elusive one winged dove live?
I can tell you. It tells me where. So this, the actual white winged dove, and they say it. So the Latin word for it, I'm going to be all scientific right now, is Zenata asiatica. I don't know if I'm saying it right.
I think that's close.
It's pretty close, right? It's a dove which natively is in the southwestern United States. So through Mexico, Central America, and the Caribbean. And most recently, it's kind of migrated through Texas and Oklahoma, which is probably where she saw it in her world. And now it's been introduced to Florida. So
wonder how that happened.
It's like
caught a I don't know, a sailboat over or something through the Gulf.
Well, with that one wing, I don't know how it...
Yeah, it had a rest. It had a rest on a boat.
So that's what type of bird it is. It's a white winged dove, large plump. They say it's about
11 inches.
11 inches.
Wow.
Brownish gray and gray below with a bold white wing patch that appears brilliant, crescent in flight, and also visible. And the cooing sound is ooh, ooh. Just like the song.
Oh, okay, and that makes sense. You'd think you'd put that together, but no.
and there's many things on the internet, and what she's quoted is she took that ooh sound from the bird.
That's cool.
Okay, did you know that?
I didn't know that. I mean, it makes total sense now that you say it.
So she put that there, and the drawn out who sound is used to tell others the presence of a predator.
Oh,
so that's how
tell
they use. Yes, that's a predator's coming, and then the males. To impress the female stock, they will circle around them with their tail spread and wings raised. That's usually what happens when I date men in the past.
Is that why I don't get more dates?
You have to do the cooing sound. And then the cool thing is males and females work together in raising the young.
Oh, that's sweet.
So I think that's sweet. It's one of the, few birds out there where the males don't just fly off and then let the lady do it all.
Yeah, that's cool. There's a couple. I think the bald eagle does that.
Oh, really?
And penguins, right?
All right.
So.
I just knew I saw that movie, Disney with the penguins. The dad is like taking care of
the primary, kind of like what do you call those? Seahorse. They do.
Oh, that's right. Why can't we have seahorses? And then the families and nestmates often are together for life. So it's a very familial bird, and they perch and forage together.
Cute.
I thought that was cute. So let's talk more about the meaning of the song. Okay, this is interesting. So she wrote the song because at the time, December of 1980, 2 deaths happened in her life. Oh. One, her beloved uncle, who ended up dying of cancer, and John Lennon.
Oh.
So he was shot in December of 1980.
Okay, and as a musician, I bet he was very important to her.
Yes, and she said she wrote it because white winged dove, the symbol of peace, was him. That's what he's known for. Also, she wrote it because I guess her then boyfriend, Jimmy Iovine, here is Jimmy, also worked with Lennon.
Okay.
And so was devastated. So there was that kind of connection of not only from being a lover of his music and being a fan of his, but also the connection of her love at that time had worked with them.
Yeah, I get that creative emotion.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I didn't know that at all. That is very dark and sad.
That's why the song is actually dark. And she says, and then she said, the sad thing is when they found out her beloved uncle was dying of cancer, her and her brother went to Phoenix, so that's I think where she saw the white-winged dove, and was there, and it was a sad thing. Or actually, her and her cousin John Nix, and the thing she realized is there was no family member. It was just if it wasn't for her and her cousin, he'd have been alone dying.
Aww. So
this song is part of that, and it's just her running around, just saying, "Where is everyone?" And so she decided to write this song. She said. It drove her to write this kind of sad, exciting, tragic song, and she always sings and plays this song at the end. It's at the last song of all her concerts.
Wow, it's like her closer. Wow.
Yes, I didn't know that either.
Wow. Well, it's very meaningful to her, so.
Yes, and so it's for me not only now even more meaningful because I know the meaning of it, but it also is one where, like I said, if I hear that riff, I know exactly it's that song.
Right.
And when someone tries to do it karaoke, I literally do that. Okay, let's see how this goes.
I've been wanting to try it in Japanese style karaoke, just to, you don't want to bring the bar down too much.
Don't believe Emily, because I've been a couple times where we go to. There's a place in Portland, Oregon. If you're not listening within the United States, it's called VoiceBox.
Yes.
And we all love it because if you do karaoke, or as purists would call it, karaoke, which is empty orchestra in Japanese, you can rent these boxes or these rooms where you can practice with friends, which I love.
It's so fun.
It's so fun. But Emily can hold a tune, everyone. Don't.
I just don't like doing ballads at bars, because people are like trying to have fun, have a good time. But I love ballads. So karaoke at VoiceBox is great because I can, all my friends, I don't care what they think. So.
Oh, well, and her friends are fun because the couple times I've gone to a VoiceBox with Emily and friends, it's not just like you're just there, like, we're just going to sing some songs either together or so. They actually do act out some scenes.
Yeah, some performances.
And really good one. And the one, I'm just going to go down this whole rabbit hole, is it was Alicia's birthday party. I was there with my friend Maynard, and I think it was you and someone that did the rendition of Shallow.
I didn't. Jamie did that. I couldn't make that party, unfortunately, but everyone had the wigs that night, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We brought wigs.
I would have done a Reba McEntire wig, but I was unfortunately preoccupied.
That's right. You weren't there. And so what, now I'm going to ask, what Reba McEntire song would you sing?
Well, she's like my go-to. When I got into singing, she was like my idol.
And she's not easy to sing. So
she's just got a big voice. I have a big voice.
Yeah.
She has a big voice. Lights Went Out in Georgia is one. I like... really anything from the 90s from her, but Lights Went On Georgia is my big one that I've done for a long time.
Let's talk about that. Now here's the other rabbit hole. So I'm 47, going to be almost 48 in April, and just 5 years ago, I didn't realize that song was what it was about.
It's dark.
Okay, so look it up, Google it, whatever. Lights Went Out of Georgia. It was originally made famous by Vicki Lawrence, who played Mama in Mama's Family. Again, that's how old I am. And then Reba redid it like in 92, 93.
Yeah, early 90s, yeah.
And it's a song about, I first thought for how many years, Emily, I thought the song was about the power went out. Because like the power went out.
Lights Went On Georgia. No, it's about a little sister who finds out her brother's wife has been cheating on him while he's out of town trying to earn money. And she kills her.
Yes.
And her brother gets arrested.
Because of that stupid, lazy
ass. And put to jail because they just want to close the case and not look into the facts.
And it's what they call Southern Gothic rock.
I had no idea it had a name. That's amazing.
So I looked it up because then I was like, you fool, Mel. It's not just about, the electricity dying. It's because someone, he electric chair. And that's kind of the talk about it. And it's that song and me and Bobby McGee and all those that have stories that have a dark, it's called Southern Gothic rock.
And I love that. I'm not a huge country fan, but I like something about that time frame in country really appealed to me because of the storytelling.
Yeah.
And Reba McEntire does a lot of sad ones. There's the one where the woman is in the old folks' home and she dresses up every day waiting for her husband to come get her.
That one. Because I think I say Fancy. Fancy's the one.
I love Fancy, but that one, yeah. That's funny dark. But no, the other one is I'll think of the name. I'm blanking on it, but she just sits every day and waits for someone to arrive, and he never shows, and it's very sad.
Oh, so the genre is called Southern Gothic rock.
Good
so
to know.
Ode to Billy Joe, all those like stories.
Yeah.
And when I started researching that, I'm like, no, I love this stuff. Mm-hmm. So you do that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's my thing.
Oh, that's a good one.
And it's funny because my friends are like, you don't even listen to country, but I just love 90s country. Garth Brooks. I love Garth Brooks.
And the thing about Garth Brooks is you cannot find him on iTunes.
Yeah.
He does not want any of his songs.
He's a little strict. But I have a CDs.
Oh.
The best of Garth Brooks is one of my favorites.
I love it. And so for what some of you don't know is, okay, I'm Asian if you've not seen what I look like.
Join Patreon and you will.
Exactly. We're videotaping this. And I lived in a small town outside of Salem, Oregon called Staten, Oregon for 8 months. It's off of Highway 22, for those of you not from Oregon or the United States. And of course, I listened to country. I learned to love Garth Brooks. And there were so many songs of his that I love, like Thank God for Unanswered Prayers.
Oh, yeah.
And all these, I mean, he's amazing.
He really is. He really, really is.
And so is Reba. Yes. And I've been told by many people, I have a good friend, Brent, who's gone to her concerts that met her. She is as nice as can be.
Really?
And she will talk to all her fans and everything.
Wow. It was the first concert I paid for with my own money was Brooks and Dunn and Reba McEntire. And I had nosebleed seats, but boy, it made my decade. I was very into her.
So, okay, let's go down that rabbit hole. So when you saw Brooks and Dunn and Reba, what year was that? Do you remember?
1997.
Okay, and was it here in the Memorial College?
It was in Tacoma.
Oh, Tacoma Dome.
Yeah,
okay.
That year I went to high school in Gig Harbor, Washington.
Ah, I thought you,
and
okay.
Yeah, and so it was just 1 year of my life I lived up there, and I went to Tacoma for that, and it was great.
I loved it. I've seen Brooks and Dunn many times, but I've not seen Reba.
She's amazing. I mean, very good in concert. It's like listening to her on the radio.
I just love her twang. I love her twang. And you know how to do the twang?
A little bit, yeah.
Oh.
I did a talent show as a kid. I did Lights Went Out in Georgia.
And did everyone understand what you were singing?
Probably not. I don't think many people even to this day do. I mean,
obviously,
if you read the lyrics, you're like, okay, that's kind of dark.
Yeah. And the interesting thing is, if you haven't heard the song, look it up, listen to it, because it took me a while to figure out who actually killed, and then you realize it is the little sister.
That last verse.
Yeah, where she says,
little sister don't miss when she aims her gun.
And with the small footprints, too.
Yep.
So it's a very smart song.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a movie plot.
It's a movie plot.
They really should make a movie.
There we go. Let's put it on Netflix. All right, sorry we went through that tangent, but it was an interesting tangent because I love me a Reba McEntire. The other part of the song is the naming of the song. Why did she call it Edge of 17?
Why isn't it White Winged Dove? Tell me.
Okay, so remember I told you earlier that she was dating this guy named Jimmy Iovine, who worked with Mr. Who passed away, John Lennon. Well, he's also friends with, which got her to be able to sing with Tom Petty. So she did that duet. When she met them, the funny thing is Tom Petty's wife, Jane, she asked them, I guess in a conversation, hey, how did you meet? And she said at the age of 17. Oh. But her southern accent was so strong.
It sounded like Edge
of 17.
Oh.
And she said, well, we're going to keep it. I love it as a song title.
Huh.
So that's how.
I always thought, well, maybe the girl in the song is like hovering.
Yes, like jailbait.
Like, oh, well, she's 17, but not really, you know?
That's what I thought. So, and then I looked at, not only Wikipedia, but I looked at several sources. They all said the same thing. So with her accent, I just thought, okay, she called it that. Okay. And then White Wing dubbed in the.
It was kind of like maybe an inside joke, you know?
Yeah. So that's how they met Tom Petty and wife Jane. And
got them right in. And that person, if they don't get put in, they get to be on a show in Culver City later.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I had a really fun time, and I always said if I ever wanted to go into entertainment, I think I'd want to be one of the people that gets to pick the people on the show.
That would be awesome.
It was so fun because they each got to pick their own people, and you get a direct phone call from the casting person.
Oh my God.
It was really cool.
So then you got the call. You made it to be one of the people to. Mm-hmm. Can I ask how much you won?
I won $111,000.
Oh my God.
$320 or something.
Oh my God.
230. I don't know. Yeah, it was a lot.
And I'm assuming Uncle Sam takes half.
Yeah, it was actually 51%. So I landed I got the bonus round, and I had landed on 100,000. So I had a little over 11,000 that I won in the game.
Yeah.
And I knew that from my friend who was on it.
Yeah.
So I immediately put half of it in a CD in the bank.
Smart.
Because I am a shopaholic.
Yeah, me too.
So I was smart, and I was able to pay it and not worry about it. But yeah, it felt weird writing a check that big. It just felt awful.
And how was he at Vanna, meeting them in person?
They're totally nice. So Vanna actually comes in and meets you. So you spend the first half of the day doing paperwork. Okay. Basically, here, there's a lot of strict guidelines with game shows because of, I don't know if you knew this, in the 90s, there were some scandals about people gaming the game shows.
No!
Oh, there's a great documentary about it, about Price is Right. But yeah, it's great. But that you have to do that, and you sit through it, but it's very boring. And she just snuck in her velour jumpsuit, no makeup on.
She looks tiny.
She's very small. Her whole body is the size of one of my legs. I'm not kidding. She is maybe 90 pounds, if that, probably less.
God.
And she was so kind, said hi to everyone. And then Pat Sajak, I just kind of assumed is a jerk, you know.
Yeah. He's
totally nice. He's on all the time.
He looks little.
He's taller than me.
Okay, I thought he looked little.
He's maybe 5'8", 5'9". But
right.
he, when I lost the $1 million wedge, which people ripped me apart on the internet, he was like, you know what? Nobody ever gets it. So it's like, why not take the chance to get the money? Because in order to even get to the bonus round, you have to win the money.
Yeah.
He was so nice and hilarious. And he asked, can I hold your hand when you walk to the bonus? I'm like, heck yeah.
Well, and for me, it's like, first of all, that's a lot of money. And I would, like, with the glaring of the lights, I would totally turn into, like, Cindy Brady and not remember.
I had a moment. So when we were practicing, I nailed they do the fast round where you do the buzzer. Nobody could beat me on it. And everyone was getting really nervous. And I'm like, you guys are going down. Which is funny because the whole time you're, like, clapping, like, go. But then the lights went on and I got distracted. I was looking at people in the audience.
The lights went out in
I was
Georgia.
looking at everything, and finally I realized this girl next to me was doing really well, and I'm like, I gotta kick it into gear. So then I got the next toss-up round, and
oh my God,
it was good. It was a fun one.
Because, you know, as an armchair game player, it's like, oh my God, it's so easy.
Yeah.
But you don't realize it with all the eye and the heat and everyone looking at you.
I mean, it still happens when people next to me were trying to get the puzzle and it clicked. You could see my face on when I rewatched it. I was like, fail. I know it.
Oh my God. And when they did that, where was it at? Was it at the casino?
We did it at the convention center downtown Portland.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was really...
I've never met anyone other than you actually on a game show.
Jamie was on it. We auditioned together. She was in the same day of recordings as... Oh, no, she was on a different day of recordings as me.
Oh, my goodness.
But they wouldn't let us be on the same day.
Makes
we knew
sense.
each other. And there was actually a girl in my session who went to community college with me and recognized me, so they had to separate us, too.
Because they just don't want it to be... So
gaming up on people, yeah.
So that's part of the thing in the 90s. You have to check that documentary that people were
Yeah, it's just strict... I think I was, like... nepotism.
Oh.
I think they're keeping the money in the family kind of a thing. I don't know a whole lot about it, but the one on Price is Right is different. They accused him of being like a professional at learning the prices of things, and he's like, there was no rule against researching that. So now they switch it up by adding, you'll notice if you watch Price is Right, the cars will have like, they'll note things like air conditioning or little like bonus things, and it's because that's the only way to change the price.
Makes sense, because if you measure like a Ford Focus is this base price, you'll know the
and then
ballpark.
they'll say something like moonroof and extra headlights or something, and that's to change the price so people don't know what they're going to be bidding on that day.
This is fascinating.
That documentary is amazing. I think it's on Amazon Prime.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
So yeah, so I see these pictures, you know, so imagine you're looking at, you know, someone, you know, you're friends with on Facebook, and I'm seeing actual pictures with her and Pat Sage with something that says like 100,000. I'm like, what am I looking? It's not Photoshop.
They always make, whenever someone's new is hired at my work, somebody's like, oh, did you hear about Emily? And then they ask me, like, oh boy, here, I have to send you a YouTube link. It's funny. I mean, I enjoyed it, and it was a great day, and I love reliving it because it was so fun, but it is a little like, okay,
here we go.
I don't want to feel like I'm bragging about it. Yeah. But I love that it happened, and I am appreciative of it happened.
Did Jamie win any? Because Jamie's another friend of ours as well.
She did. I think she won $23,000. She made it to the bonus round, but didn't get it. Was like bookends was the word. I got it from watching the TV. I was like, no.
Well, just to add, if you love game shows, first of all, that's a gig I wish I could have had, right? Being Pat Sajak and Vanna, they're like one of just like
there's still time.
The
wheel
the longest.
Will come.
I might have to go, but I mean, just saying as host, that's a lifetime job for them.
Yeah, it is. Know? Well, and they were. I think there's a documentary about this too.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that they did a gamble on Pat Sajak because he was a replacement for someone.
That's right.
There was another host, and I don't know if you remember way back in the '80s. Mm-hmm. You could play it like Jeopardy. You played it till you lost.
That's right.
That's my dream. God. You'll be paying my bills for years.
Yeah, they should do it. They probably stopped it because they realized.
Yeah, but that was non-money prizes too. It was mostly like a living room lamp, you know.
Well, and so did you hear recently the new Family Feud? What someone said it's making the internet.
I think I saw it, but I couldn't hit play because I was at work.
Okay,
so you have to tell me.
Okay, so the funny thing is, you guys know if you've ever watched Family Feud, it's family against family, and then they have to hit the buzzer first. Mm-hmm. And in this case, this buzzer beating thing was one family was going to win over the other.
Right.
So there was a lot. And the question was, what is Popeye's favorite food?
Spinach.
Right.
Did they say olive?
No. I thought that too.
Man.
I thought, oh my God, they said olive. It's going to be sexual. The lady hits it. So go on Google, find it. I think it's on YouTube. This is how she says it. Emily, and she says, chicken. She was thinking Popeye's chicken. Oh my God. And she was so smug about it.
Oh my God. Yeah, when you think you know something, you know there's always that air of smugness when you're like competitive.
So she goes, chicken. And they're like, no. And then of course, spinach. They won it. And so Popeye's chicken, heard about it. It was supposed to be
they give her a job?
No, they gave him money. So I think the money was like $10,000 they were supposed to win, or $50,000. They gave him $50,000 worth of Popeye's chicken.
Oh, that's funny. I would make him do a commercial spot for me though, like chicken. Oh, that's amazing.
So that's what it was about.
I would be devastated. So she probably got ripped apart on the internet like I did. But what people don't understand is, like, in Wheel of Fortune, how many steps to get $1 million. Like, you're only playing with the wedge to get to the bonus round. And if you have it, then they switch out one envelope with $1 million.
No.
But the thing is, I did land on that envelope. Because
did?
It was the 100,000 gets switched out with $1 million if you have the wedge.
Oh,
so people were like, you would have won $1 million. I'm like, yeah, that would have been nice, but I probably would have played differently. You never know what would have happened.
And I came in as 0. I got 100,000, bitches.
Heck yeah. It went fast, though. I got that stupid used Volvo that I regret.
That's my next question. What did you buy with
I got out of debt because both my ex and I were, in college
Yes.
a long time, and I had a lot of debt.
Who doesn't? Yeah.
So I did get a car and a great vacation. We did a friend vacation.
How dare he? Food bar has to wait. So got a timeshare. So hey, you got some. So you just didn't like blow it into one spot.
No,
I
spread it around. I went to London on a vacation with my family, and it was good.
And then can we ask what Jamie did?
I'm not sure what she.
We'll have to ask Jamie.
Yeah, we'll have to ask her. I'm not sure what she spent it on, but she's good at saving, so she may still have it.
So one of the things I just got from it, I know this rabbit hole is so interesting that we just went into. So what the producers are looking for is someone that's good under pressure.
Under pressure, someone supportive of each other.
Yeah.
That we could have a podcast on this.
Oh yeah, you can. Yeah.
No, they're just like eye contact, but they make you play a mock game, and they do a puzzle. It's like a 5-minute timed crossword puzzle. I was told to throw some. Don't look like you're too good. Because they don't want someone to win everything.
That makes sense.
So I threw like 2 or 3, and then they make a cut, and then they do where they randomly call on you and you guess a letter, and they're looking for projection of your voice and eye contact. And no hesitating, and then they do a cut, and then they do a mock game where you have to clap for each other and pretend like you're playing, and that was where I think they really get people to shine.
Yeah, they took notes like, okay, Emily's very, can do it, obviously good under pressure, smiles a lot, and nice to the other contestants. Right. So they don't want any mean girls out there.
Yeah, and they'll hide people in the audience too at these auditions, so you don't even know that you might be talking to a casting agent.
Ooh.
They'll be like, oh, how'd you get here? What do you do? What, you got to be on with everyone.
What an awesome job. What do you do for a living? I am a spy for...
I would love to be a casting agent for sure. It looks fun.
Oh my God. I'm learning so much. Thank you. So yeah, if you ever want to be on, any of the shows, now you know some of the
little tricks.
Thank you for sharing that.
Of course.
Okay, back out to the one-winged dove. So one of the other things that came out, so we now know Destiny's Child did it for Bootylicious. We also know that it had a resurgence in 2013 for the American Horror Show. Mm-hmm. It also, there was a movie called Edge of 17. I remember.
I saw that.
With Haley Steinfeld. She's cute. Yeah. Released in 2016, but they said it's nothing to do with her or anything. It just says...
no, I think they must have liked the name.
The name, but I don't even think the song was played in it or anything.
And it was a little different than anticipated. It was an okay movie.
Okay, yeah, so they said that wasn't part of it. But they said recently in 2019... Amazon must have paid a good portion to use it. They used it on their Amazon Prime wardrobe. There was a commercial where a woman imagines herself in a new dress as a white-winged dove flies over her. And they play that song.
I haven't seen that. I'm going to have to look it up.
Check it out. So I'm assuming Nikki, she got some money for that.
Right.
So those were at least the big, and the last thing is it was actually also on one of the video game Grand Theft Auto 4.
That's interesting. What scene? Do you know?
I don't know what scene, but you could probably look it up.
Maybe it's on the radio when you get to pick what you're listening to.
Maybe, but it's in, so she got money for that. So
there's a lot of residual money from hit songs like that.
That's why I keep telling people, let's just make one song.
One hit song will do you well. We know a lot of those people out there, right?
Like when I heard Rihanna's the Diamond song, when she's saying
Shine bright like a
diamond,
diamond.
I'm like, I could have written this.
It's funny, the amount of money and hard work that goes into just getting a one catchy line.
Yes.
It's impressive. And those songwriters, they're just hit machines.
That's where you want to be. That's where the money is. If you can write or be part of even the lyrics, you're in for life.
Well, and it's funny because there's artists out there who you don't realize that they're like Kesha, for instance. She's a great artist, but she's also written songs for everybody.
Yes, she has. She's a very smart lady. And good point. There's a lot of people that are... I think I talked in the last or 2 episodes ago when I'm talking about Taylor Swift's song.
Oh, yeah.
About that Swedish songwriter guy where you don't know him as a singer, but he's written stuff for NSYNC,
Yep.
Britney Spears, and it's like he is making bank.
People seek those people out because
Yes.
they know that they will make them a star.
Oh my God! All right, we got one song. We just have to make one song, Emily.
Okay, we can do it. Actually, I wrote a song.
Okay,
I wrote a song in the 6th grade with my best friend, and we sang it at my mom's wedding, and I found it the other day, and it's so bad.
What is it called?
It's oh gosh.
Please.
I'm like, now that I'm thinking on my toes, it was called.
Was it a ballad?
It was a ballad.
Okay.
It was called It Started Long Ago, and it's nonsense. Like we were trying to be like dark and poetic, and it is bonker nonsense.
Do you have it a recording somewhere?
No, I don't.
Oh man, that would be. Well, it's
my mom might have it on like a VHS of her wedding.
Oh my God, so that was so sweet. Your mom, she let her sing.
And they were all crying. They let us sing. I sang that in the Rose.
Oh my God,
Acapella.
Bette Midler, The Rose.
Yeah.
Oh girl, that is a good one. Once in a blue moon, someone will bust that out in karaoke, and I'm always like, okay, how are they gonna do it?
You know, a cute story of Alicia and Jamie and I and Jocelyn were in Las Vegas years ago.
Okay.
I think Doug was there as well. And we were walking, and there was this blind woman singing The Rose, and we just like joined up and harmonized with her. And all these people gathered around, and she got so much money. And I'm like, this was really fun.
You don't know, that could be like a casting agent that was hiding in plain sight. Like,
yeah, they're really undercover. No, it was really cute though.
Oh
And
my God.
it's like The Rose. Anybody who's been in choir, you know that song.
Yes.
You know how to harmonize to that song.
Good
it was
for
great.
you guys. Well, it's funny you said so. I'll have to share that. Many years ago when I got my iPad, the big iPad, I of course put GarageBand in there, and that's how I was able to kind of think around and make my own little music for this podcast. I'm like, I can do that. And
oh, you made your opening song yourself?
Everything's on that.
Good for you. I had no idea.
Oh yeah, and on my phone. I just did it on my phone.
For some reason, I thought Josh helped you with that
No,
or something.
he helped me.
Good for you.
Yeah, so thank you. So you can do it on GarageBand. But the funny thing is, many years ago, do you remember that show, To Catch a Predator?
Do I remember that show? Yeah.
I love that show. And so let's talk about this. Now we're going to this other rabbit hole that I love. So if you haven't watched it, please look it up. It's To Catch a Predator. The gentleman in it is played by Chris Hansen.
Hansen, right? Yeah.
And tall, skinny, and the premise is genius because it's these assholes that are like, oh, I've never done this before. Priests, anyone. It doesn't matter what
really
you're. The sickest of
sickest
society.
And sad, but it's like a car crash. You can't tear your eyes away from it.
Twisted Justice was the company that they worked with, and I don't know how they worked it with each state, but essentially, if you were a pedophile, and they would pretend to be a 13-year-old or 15-year-old, and they would lure him. So how they would know that this person is who they are talking on the internet, they'd say, come to this house, and this house was...
Bring
XYZ. Certain things, like bring pot, bring alcohol.
A grape Gatorade.
So they know that and they would get there, and then out of the blue, they'd have a girl that looks like she was 13, 15.
But she was always an adult.
21, 22. And then what they would do is, I'm just setting up the song I wrote. They would come in, and she's like, why don't you come over here for some sweet tea? Ooh. That was kind of like, I think, the Chris Hansen come, and then
his cue.
He had to come out. So I wrote a song with GarageBand called Sweet Tea, and how it's like, come to the light, and blah, blah, blah. So, yeah. And it cracks me up, because to this day, I was like, 8 years ago, my friends that have heard it, like, oh, remember that Sweet Tea song? Because my intent was, if it was still going, I was going to send that to Chris Hansen and say, hey, you need to use this.
I wish that show was still on. I think there were a lot of...
they got in trouble.
There were legal troubles because they were definitely hovering that boundary
of entrapment.
Law enforcement. And I think they paired with law enforcement on a few
They did, but a lot of them afterwards will have, say, asshole too. It was let go because there wasn't enough.
Yeah.
So it's pretty tricky.
But at least eyes are on him, right?
Yes, but all of them were like priests. I mean, people that worked with kids, teachers,
gym teachers,
just regular people, and they always had this. It was my first time. I never
was gonna follow through.
I was worried about her. I was like making sure. I'm like, really? Then why'd you send this dick pic?
I know.
So anyway, there's a Sweet Tea song. We will insert it.
I can't wait to hear it.
But I was hoping you might have your.
I know. Maybe I'll sing it for you sometime.
See, so there's a lot of Emily you know about. Part of Murder in the Rain, which, by the way, let's talk about that really fast.
Oh yeah.
Next Saturday, what are you guys doing?
February 1st, we're gonna be at the Seattle bookstore Elliott Bay Books.
Ooh.
We're gonna be talking with an author, Mitzi Soretto.
Oh.
She has a new book out called The Best True Crime Stories, Serial Killers. and it's a compilation of authors came together to write a chapter on a serial killer.
So smart.
Yeah, so she's going to be doing a reading. We're going to meet her and interview her. So we've invited our fans to come say hi.
So it's Elliott Bay Books.
Yep.
7 p.m.
on February 1st.
That's a Saturday, so it's coming up.
It's coming up soon.
It's coming up soon because this will air in a couple days, so you'll still have time.
Perfect.
So perfect. And if you guys haven't downloaded already, please download their podcast, Murder in the Rain. It's great. You guys have a huge following, I think, in like some countries.
It's bonkers. I don't know. It makes me very happy. It's cool and we have people reach out all the time and say hi.
I love it.
Do you have your people reach out to you too?
A couple, and I get emails. That's like, wow, all right, you're in Africa or something. Just like
sometimes you forget people actually listen. At least that's how I feel. And then they'll reach out and say, oh, I love that. Did you know this? And they'll say maybe they have a personal experience or connection. I mean, and then we get case suggestions all the time. But it's just really neat to connect with people that way.
Well, and the chemistry between you and Alicia, and then your producer Josh, is very good. So if you guys again haven't listened to it, please do, because it's funny. My friend in Arizona was like on her own Facebook, hey, I checked this out, and it was I'm like, that's my friend's podcast. So this is someone that had no idea.
My dream is to have someone recommend it to me.
Yeah.
And not know. That is my dream.
It's going to happen.
I really think it is. I have had a couple of people that say, oh, I mentioned to someone who's a true crime fan that I knew you, and they were like, what?
Yeah.
So it's really fun. I enjoy it. It's a big community.
It is, and it's one where I'm going to tell you, I listen to true crime a lot. That's one of the top ones. I have like 4 or 5 I listen to at the same time. Of course, Murder in the Rain, and for a lot of them, I'm ready to listen to all of them. So I'm always looking for something. And then there's some that I stopped listening to because I just kind of got tired of maybe the crazy person that ran it. Where there's a couple out there. I'm not going to mention their names.
Yeah, me either. But I've been there where I'm like, I think I'm done with that one, or unsubscribe from it and move on to something else. But there's always, I like trying the new ones.
Me too.
Because I think if people like me are out there, you listen to a lot and you decide what you like, what you don't like, and then you make your own format.
I love that.
Yeah. So I love listening to new stuff. But yeah, check us out if you haven't. See if we're for you.
Well, thank you for coming.
Thank you
for being
me.
episode 22. Now we know about white-winged dove. I
want to say a lot more about me than you ever thought you would.
And if you have any other great suggestions for any future podcasts, please send it to misheardsongs@gmail.com, or send us something in Facebook, as well as Twitter, as well as Instagram. We're all over as well. But again, keep singing all those songs wrong and let us know. Thank you, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye.